Well, there goes the introduction. Yeah, I had my mic muted. Let's put audio on. Let's turn LU's audio on. Let's mute other sources of audio. Wow, it's almost... It would be almost as though I'd prepared, except for the fact that I clearly haven't. Although I must admit the whole talking with the microphone muted, that's up there. That's up there in kind of really stupid things I've done whilst trying to stream. But anyway, yeah. Getting into this, yes, I was saying that I've enjoyed this so far. Yeah, going back to do more Ninjago, I have completed I think all of the Johnny Umami missions, certainly at least some of them. I like how I'm aggroing those guys. And yeah, because they're just fetch quests, and I went and attempted and then quite promptly failed at the elemental cave thingies. Also, one-handed serratorizer, proxy weapons not working properly on character load, it would appear. Oh, there's another person. Don't see this often on DLU. It's Brick Girl. Ah, the very person who called some people out. No, I'm being mean. Who mentioned recently that she's like the only person she ever sees online, which is true. She has spent like a lot more time online, I think, than anyone else recently, which is surprising given that, you know, we've got a wait, ice. Yes, this is the right way. Surprising given the huge drop of content. Oh, wait a second, that's weird. I did unequip and re-equip this, and it's still not working. That's interesting. Can't equip anything to my offhand. I can still use the offhand ability, but I cannot equip or unequip. Strange, but go with that. I should also pay attention to what I'm doing. One thing I found quite interesting in this area is that something I didn't expect is that, yeah, these slopes, gravity pushes you on them, which I kind of knew that was how LU physics works, but I hadn't like properly thought about it, so it's quite cool to see. But yes, the plan is just right. So if I do this, it will come up here. It just doesn't come up as being equipped anywhere else. Strange. I wasn't paying attention, but I'm assuming I've just been told to go up to the rafters. No, I haven't. Well, it's good I checked. Because otherwise I would have needlessly done something fun. Why are you... Oh, okay, that was weird. Oh, we've also got a mission from Cole. I'm not convinced... Okay, that was bad. But I'm not convinced if you have Quixsicle speed, those lanterns are actually faster. A faster way of getting from one end of the room to the other. It doesn't feel like they are. I could be wrong. Okay. I've seen that chest. I mean, it does say Cave of Black Echoes, and I do remember that when I went down there, there was a like big thing that was like, ah yes, you're in the Cave of Black Echoes, and I made a sarky comment about it because it seemed very overly dramatic. Okay, don't remember which one is the Cave of Black Echoes. Gonna guess this way, probably. Ow. Oh, and I have a correction to make. Those things stunning me and not doing damage is actually intended. That is how they were in life. This feels like the Cave of Black Echoes, and it was in fact the Cave of Black Echoes. Now I've got to remember how to get to place in here. which, for anyone who didn't see me try and play this the other night, is one of the harder parts, I find. I will have complained repeatedly that for a kids game, I find it incredibly difficult to make my way around these areas. I don't think that's it. That's not what I'm going for. I think it's this big box here. Maybe? Yes. Okay, let's... I should actually get into the correct gear for fighting skeletons. But fortunately... Oh, ouch. Ouch. Turns out when you get hit by multiple enemies simultaneously, it does hurt. Fortunately, that's the lovely thing about the Serratorizer, though, is it gives you that AoE, which is yeah, very, very much appreciated. This ledge seems like it's standable. I guarantee you it won't be. Just from past experience. Hey, fancy mask. What was it I was actually doing? Okay, it just reduces damage. Oh, hello. No, that's not standable there. Yeah. Ooh. I don't think this is usefully standable, but interesting to know that was. And I think those jumps I managed to get there were just timeout jumps. Don't think there was anything interesting to them. And I still barely remember how to get it. I was trying to think if I wanted to go to the... If I wanted to go to the other room in there, how would I get there? And I realised I still don't remember that. Still don't remember that answer. I think there's a... In one of these rooms there was a smashable somewhere that it took me ages to find, because it was kind of just random. I do love the Batlord hat, I've got to say. It's one of the better items, I think, just in general. Just in day-to-day life, like, you normally, like, don't really want to take your faction gear off for other stuff, but just the benefit of having the constant speed boost, it feels like it makes it worth it. In my opinion, anyway. Oh, I bet the mission with... Okay. The mission's no longer... Oh, I guess. No, there is a thing in LU about mission icons only appearing when you go a certain distance away from them. But what if I don't want to do the Dragon Roar for Cole? What if I just want to go over as a Batlord? I always want to go. I am Batlord. There is no more ninja. There is just a Batlord. My friend DMs me the other night asking for my advice on a coding problem, and I did just get back to him with there is no more ninja. Okay, I used my real name, but yeah, there is no more ninja. There is now only trumpet, because I was playing trumpet at the time, and some childish part of my brain thought that was funny. And now the current part of my brain thinks that the fact that that childish part of my brain thought it was funny is funny. I think I added one too many as funny in the end of that sentence, but I honestly gave up trying to make it make grammatical sense partway through. Avi Lagar, when is the closed beta coming? Sometime by the end of this year. Has been confirmed. Closed beta by the end of the year. Dragon Roar. That was utterly terrifying. The roar. I like how it just didn't play the animation of, like, him being terrified. I think that adds something to it. Oh, the climbing flags. Let's go take a look at these. So I'm assuming there's going to be one up the top. Don't remember how to get up to the top, mind you. It's just in the corner. I guess they had to make the... I guess they had to make it possible to get up somewhere. Okay, that's heart flag, not climbing flag. Yes, so basically, DLU are currently going through legal stuff because they plan to add lots and lots of people into the closed beta, and adding lots and lots of people into the closed beta means they're going to need to have the servers actually working, which means, or they're going to need to have servers that can handle it, and for that they are going to take donations. Because it's a little bit mean of us to expect them to pay for all of it. However, there's a bit of an issue with the fact that they are not allowed to make any profits from it. LEGO will not be happy with them, and they need to be able to not only not make profits, but they need to be able to show that they're not making profits, and show that donations are only going towards the running of the servers. And for that purpose, they're having to set up a not-for-profit company, and they're having to go through all of the stuff to set up a company just so they can say to LEGO, and LEGO will be happy with them, saying that, yeah, we're not making any money off of this. Donations are just going towards the upkeep of the servers. Because, of course, LEGO doesn't like the idea of anyone making profit off of their stuff. So, that's currently in the works. That is currently being sorted out. There is so much more content than was ever intended to be in closed beta. I've told this story a ton, but Darwin and I were planning for a second interview. I think more or less just after the first one, and the plan was to do that sometime around closed beta came out, around when closed beta was announced and the crash testing stopped. I think we at the time expected it would have happened. That would have happened before now, but the interesting thing, or the thing which is very funny to look back on, was the fact that we both assumed, not the fact that we both assumed something. Sorry, was the fact that we were both. That Darwin was like, yes, for if it's gone down, that means we'll be preparing for if the alpha's gone down, we'll be preparing for closed beta. That will mean we'll have started work on Gnarled Forest. That will be beginning that, and well, and yeah, the thing was, the really cool thing, I might be able to give a sneak preview of Gnarled Forest. It's just like, we are so much past that now. Which is really amazing. Like, we're so much further than anyone thought we would be by this stage. And when I say we, I mean the game is so much further. I must speak to Jay to build. How about I speak to Zane to build it? And then build it. If I can just keep writing this one, that's fine by me. I'm amazed that has collision. Feels like it wouldn't. I don't know. I feel I have that opinion with lots of quick builds. I feel like, hey, that shouldn't have collision. But most quick builds do. Or static quick builds do, a lot of the time. So I don't know why I have that feeling like they shouldn't. I guess LU has a tendency of most things don't have collision, just in general. It's kind of like a, I don't know. It's kind of a thing you just get a feel for. Most stuff doesn't have collision because collision brings with it the chance of exploits. And the chance that people like me will do things that people like me do and will get out of bounds with it. Or the like. Yeah, well, actually, you being distracted will do. Nope. But glad I tried. That's actually... Is that the most powerful explosive item? Yeah, it's the most powerful explosive item that I know of. Because the big one and the... I forget the name of the other firecracker. The massive firecracker, I think it is. Yeah, the big one and the massive firecracker, they both do 8 damage each. They both do 7 damage each, rather. So 8, I think that's the highest. I certainly made that. Well, made that with momentum. I mean, I did make the jump, but jumps with momentum is so much more fun than just any other jump. I already found this one. It was over here, wasn't it? Yeah. Welcome, Samuel Martin. Welcome back. Good to hear from you. Yeah. We are in Ninjago. It was kind of just like DLU's just. I think they've just decided they'll implement everything. It's kind of what it feels like. Okay, this might be one of the areas I enjoy the most. I guess I can actually use this now, can't I? Forgot about that. But yeah, I love this area because it's just like... I don't know, it's really, really I love the ice physics. Ice physics are very, very, in my opinion... very, very enjoyable in LU. So it's nice to see an area that's dedicated to them and dedicated to more or less just mucking around with them. Like, I do feel that's one thing that was underutilized in LU. The movement, I really, really enjoy LU movement. It feels really nice, in my opinion. I don't know when I got that, but I'll take that back of action tokens. Wait a second. You're supposed to be doing physics right now. I mean, does listening to me stream not count as physics? I jest, but on the other hand, I shouldn't distract you from physics. That would be somewhat hypocritical coming from me. given that the majority of the time I've spent not streaming recently has been physics. Oh yay, it's the teaching again. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to do this. Does it? Low-key, that's kind of what our university does. Is this going to do the DOT? Yes, it is. Oh! But that's interesting. So that does the damage over time, but I'm annoyed. It doesn't. I've been looking forward to testing that out for quite a while, because I had high hopes for there being a potential bug I could abuse there, but unfortunately it seems like no. Anyway, totally forgot I got the Nunchucks of Lightning. Like, that's cool. Like, the Nunchucks of Lightning, for me, serious hype, because they were my one of my weapons of choice back in life. Yes, I believe you could get rid of the DOT. However, I was specifically looking for the DOT because most things that deal damage to you in LU, most of them have, like, when you get hit, your character will physically respond, and it will do things like knock you out of certain animations, etc. And for glitch hunting, I would really, really love it if there were a reliable way for me to get my character knocked out of certain animations. That would be lovely. Or not knocked out of animations, but knocked out of stun states. Unfortunately, this at the very least seems not to be the way to do it. Potentially, it'll be Ninjago only, but potentially Maelstrom poisoning from the scientists would be a way to go. What was I doing? I was going to go down and... I don't remember who the person is. Or who the skeleton is. Skeletons can be people too. Okay, what does this actually do? It restores armor at the cost of imagination when I had full armor. Nice. That's for once not me complaining about the game. That's just like, okay, possibly shouldn't have used that. Restores 10 armor. That's... What's the point? Unless I don't think these weapons give you any armor. So if you were in Ninjago, or if you were wearing your ice gear, what would be the point of having a hood that restores 10 armor when you will have less than 10 armor? I'm really, really deeply confused, if I'm honest. Because, yeah, this doesn't... okay, let's... The music is actually... I like it. Also, for ages, Samuel Martin, when looking at that message and trying to parse it, I did just think you were mentioning that there was some dot on the weapons. Like, some visible dot. It did take me a couple of seconds to realise you were saying damage over time. Where do I go? I don't think it is this room. No, it isn't. I've been pranked. Sorry, boys, we've been had. It's not here. It is through there. Where's the thing? Oh, there. Ooh, ouch. And there's the... No, I can't get through there. I can get back through there. Oh boy, here we go again. Welcome back to the ninja trying to find his way around Ninjago show. It's unfortunately quite a common show. And it's not a very fast-paced one, if I'm honest. Too much exposition. Okay, having said all that, I'm now about to use the restore armor. Yeah, after what happened the previous time. Yes, that is true. That is true. You could Knight class. There are a couple of other things you can do to increase your max health, but like, come on, most people aren't. Most people really aren't going to do that. Okay, I'm assuming I smash that and rebuild and I get through here. Oh, climbing flag. I like climbing. It's up there in the sports I enjoy. Climbing is good. Good sport. Not my favourite sport, I don't think. Probably Frisbee. And before anyone says Frisbee isn't a sport, come on. You're right. It's ultimate Frisbee. Because Frisbee's copyrighted. See you around, Samuel Martin. Good to have you stopped by. Come on, don't despawn on me. And here we are. Let's double check, because I didn't last time. No, okay, so the thing doesn't spawn in before you've smashed them. So there actually is. But you can get up here. Okay, this is just asking to be cheated. Actually, no, that isn't, unfortunately. Maybe from here. This is just, it feels like it's just asking to be cheesed with a spring jump. Spring jump or two. How do you get up there? I think this will take me back out. Yeah, it did. Ouch. Oh, great, now I've got to get back through again. I didn't actually think that through, did I? I mean, I guess now I know where that takes me, but I kind of had a hunch, if I'm honest. Also, I like how kind of without... Like, I put the Batlord helm to make a jump, but then like later I was just I didn't even think about taking it off. It was just like, yes, this is who I am. I am Batlord helm man. This is what I do. I wear Batlord helm. It is a simple existence, but it is all that I desire. I need nothing that is not Batlord helm. Oh, I didn't realise that until the other day, until one of the Johnny Marmy missions, that that the Cup of Yo and the Yo Ho Ho mug were two different items. Or rather, I knew they were two different items, but I thought that for some reason, how you had just like done one item twice. I didn't realise that the mug of Yo was a consumable and the Yo Ho Ho mug was not. Yeah, okay, this definitely, like, the height you have to gain is, yeah, if you start up here. Ha! Okay, this is just funny, actually. No, this is, like, so doable. This is almost, yeah. This level, this room is actually designed for me to cheese it with spring shoes. I think the devs must have intended that, and I thank them for thinking of me. I do really appreciate it. It means a lot. Oh, okay. So you're not meant to get straight up there. You're meant to smash this, Okay, I see what's gonna... Sorry, I'm literally just... I don't even have spring shoes on me, but I'm literally just here trying to plan out the... Oh, so can I stand on your head? No. Oh, yes, I can. I mean, I knew you could stand on enemies' heads, but normally, had I actually been paying it, had I actually expected that to work, I could have gone more height out of that than I did. But yeah, so I think the idea is you're meant to get over to that platform, and you're meant to then teleport over onto that shrine. And like that's doable from up here. That's more than doable with spring shoes. So yeah, Nice speedrun strat we found. Bonk. I should be a little bit more concerned. Should be playing that a little bit more carefully than I was, but anyway. Yeah, okay, so this only spawns afterwards. That's going to... Oh, no, that's going to... If that attacks me, that might actually kill me. But yeah, so that's a spearing strat you can get away with in here, then. To skip the entire boss fight, because nothing needs you to beat the boss, I don't think. And I think, actually, yeah. Yeah, so that lets you entirely skip that boss. Which would be pretty cool if you were doing a speedrun in Ninjago. Hello. Okay, I'm noticing that that guy's head goes randomly black when you view it from certain angles. I have seen things that change appearance based on angles in LU before. For instance, in one of the worlds for the winter testing event, there was something that did that. You sense my power, do you? I shall destroy you. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. No, I don't know that. This is the wrong place. Should spend... No, it isn't. It's the right place. Should spend more time trusting myself. I saw that and was like, Earth Lantern, bad. Must be in wrong place. Entirely forgetting, of course, that they're just the standard mode of transport. That precise strat there, courtesy of Brick Girl, I would have previously jumped to that to the middle platform and run along. But yeah, if you're fast enough, you can get the the very final platform, which makes your life a lot easier. There was a rather fun bug I found the other day involving dying on moving platforms and the game not really processing you'd left the moving platform. Wait a second, did he just use the word noob? I didn't realise this game was this hip and down with the kids. Okay, let's enjoy possibly the most disappointing of all the Ninjago weapons. The Shurikens of Ice. I just personally really kind of dislike these weapons because, like, come on, they're Shurikens. You should be able to throw them. But no, you can't. What? I swear as a kid I remember not being able to throw these. Well, I take back everything I was about to complain about. I love these. Love this class. This is actually quite large. Because I guess from a speedrunning perspective, you wouldn't be that fast if you had to. Oh, well, do Naya, Johnny and Marmy, okay. Because you would still have to come here, but it's... I don't know off the top of my head of an imaginationless ranged weapon. That you can get no matter what class or faction you are. Like what we did, wanted I don't see the thing. A sharp kunai. Oh, there we are. I'm just bad. Not as good as an exploding one. Certainly. But yeah, so in terms of bugs, the server not realizing you've left a moving platform. In terms of, yeah, things that, well, I don't know to what extent that's server-side, to what extent that's client-sided. Because I certainly know it's in part server-sided. But it would be lovely if we could come up with a good way to exploit that. In terms of speedrunning tricks, because basically what happens is it tries to keep you in the reference frame of the moving platform, which means you'll just randomly notice yourself, or if you're jumping, it doesn't happen if you're on the ground, but if you're already in the air because you're jumping, you'll notice yourself just randomly go up a little bit higher, or randomly fall to the ground a little bit faster, or go up a bit slower. / fall to the ground a little bit more slowly. When I discovered it, thought there was some weird thing going on with the physics volume that was very, very precise, seemed to only work when you were moving, that like was bugged in place over there, because confirmation bias. It's just a bit of a rip, but you know. Such life is. But yeah, I mean, now I take back everything I have said, was going to say about the Shurikens of Ice. Like, look at that. Destroying. And why are they destroying? It's because they're a ranged weapon in LU. Ranged weapons in LU always destroy. Because literally, because enemy stuns, nothing has a counter to them. I find it a slightly strange way of signaling to the archers to attack. It's like, yes, signal the archers to attack by, not by building a target, but by smashing it. Or maybe it just waits a certain delay and I was just smashing it early. But it's kind of like a little, Seems like if they have archers that could, I mean, those aren't even doing any damage, presumably because it's not been fully implemented yet, but you'd think if they had enough archers to fire off a volley of arrows like that, that they could maybe do a bit more damage to the skeleton army besieging their walls. I mean, okay. Argument, skeletons were gonna respawn. Maybe or there will always be more skeletons, so maybe you only would use it to save a minifigure's life if the minifigure were requesting it. I mean, you've got to be a little bit careful, because, like, if you start using that logic in the game, it's like, well, everything respawns, like, if you start thinking about respawning within the game logic a little too much, it becomes a case of, oh wait, none of this matters. I don't know if you've noticed, but the skeletons, they never seem to gain any ground. In fact, it seems that this war has been going on for several years, and no progress has been made by either side. Oh, these are the things in the center, aren't they? These, I think, you've got to go into the hits for. Yeah, you do. Wow, the animation on that was high quality. Come on. What do I... Oh, I forgot again via this one. Oh yes, let's actually do the thing I'm here to do. Oh, or I could just aggro both of those. I mean, it's not a huge concern. I will beat both of them. I hope. I mean, maybe I won't. Be quite the turnaround if they did manage to beat me. Yes, I know I need to use Spinjitzu. Okay, do I actually need to jump up, kick back, whip around, and spin? Well, I guess I should jump back to it again. Hey. I'm assuming this will freeze enemies. I mean, that's arguably not useful if I... Oh, great. This, like, view is interesting. Don't know 100%. Oh, I think that's unfair. I was playing badly and did definitely deserve to take damage. But not at that point from that particular attack. I deserve to already be dead, if I'm honest, but I should put on some more Ninjago-based gear. Hey, look at me restoring my armor like a big boy. I should possibly be a little careful about this. Oh, I forgot. Oh, no, they just do damage from quite a large distance away. I take back what I said before. Oh, hello. I want to be... Oh, great, now I'm tucking. Multiple. Yes. I can't even click, actually. I can click those. Okay, that's good. Yes. Just target the one thing that actually wasn't actively aggroed on me at that particular point in time. That's the guy I'm going for. Nope. You're... Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's take out this guy quickly. Can I do it fast enough? No. Cannot. Wasn't anywhere near. I don't... But the thing is, I don't have much sense of how much health... Ah, yes. Downside of ranged weapons in LU. Love them sometimes, hate them the rest of the time. Such is life. Okay, now attack these, smash those things. I guess I should be using something that deals more damage. I think that's what I was thinking before. Because this mains damage, the others don't. None of those attacks close enough. No, they're just not having any damage done to them. Nice. Okay, well, I'm head out. Nice meeting you. We should definitely do this again sometime. Yes. You stay back. Foul. Wait a second. Okay, I'll have to check that out later. I'm just noticing the attack icon was still available whilst I was quick building something, and I wonder if I could attack to quickly get out of a quick build. I forgot I wasn't wearing the Batlord hat. Where is it? This thing just, genuinely, it's not that hard to get. For like a piece of the Batlord set, it's pretty easy to get. And for something that gives you like infinite speed boosts, pretty good. It's like, this can be one of the first things, as long as you're careful. This can be one of like your first Crux Prime items, and it's arguably one of the best quality of life items in the entire game. You had the crash singular. I mean, there should have been 2 crashes. I did take down 2 of those towers, and they were both the same distance away. So, okay, which one are we betting? Go for this one. No. This one. At least I have to walk the whole way over there. This one. The classic LU devs planning many, many years in advance just to get to me, having it be the last out of the 4 ones I could check. Let's just test. Oh, interesting. It also knocks me down. Good to know, good to know. 1 damage knocks down. Okay. Okay, so in theory recoverable. In practice hard to recover. Wait a second, did I just attempt to throw one of those in midair? Because whatever I'm doing, because when I attack in midair, I do get a... Okay, do we think this does damage? Oh, it does quite a bit. That did quite a bit, I think, actually. Does it turn on and off, or am I going to try and cheese it? I hope it's on constantly. Looks like it is. Does probably extend too far out. I wonder what would happen if I tried spring shoeing through it. I bet the spring shoes would just break on impact with the thing, actually. Is there anything I have that works like spring shoes that I could use to test? Nothing springs to mind. Do I feel bad about that? Not at all. Also, there's currently literally no one watching this, so I can say whatever the heck I like, and I don't need to care about any judgment whatsoever. Kind of the best part of these. I mean, okay, that's not... Okay, I didn't see where that bag went the last time. No, it's... Oh, it's returned to... Okay, that explains it. Okay, I don't really care about using that. I'm running low on inventory space. This isn't worth it. That I bought extra of. Okay, let's go. Which one's the best from health perspective? Oh yes, I remember this actually. Heals 1 life per enemy struck. Hello, M12. Welcome to the stream. Heals 1 life per enemy struck. That would be useful in survival, but I'm assuming that is, yeah, powertrain. How much damage does it do? Deals 4 damage, and heals 1 life per enemy. I bet it holds you in place. I refuse to accept that that didn't bug out. Okay, so it seems to not be working when there aren't enemies around. I'm going to go and test this, because that's... Oh no, I need to sell some stuff. Finally, I've remembered to sell some stuff whilst I'm here. Okay. It says, one watching stream? Yep. Yes, it does. I'm assuming that's you. It could not be. In which case, the space-time continuum has some problems with it, but I'm guessing it probably is you. Let's... Don't need any of these. I'm not going to use them, realistically. Let's get rid of them all. A lot of cool stuff in here that I know I will literally never use. He says that looks at the combined stats of those two, reconsiders. But no, realistically, I probably won't. Hello, Rayman. Welcome. Okay, what else do we have? Anything else I can get rid of? Yes, I can get rid of this. Shield you from 10 damage. That's not a bad buff, honestly. That's... Most of the time, I know I've mentioned this could be good in certain contexts. Most of the time, I think that sounds pretty awful. Vibing to the Ninjago Temple theme? It is a bop, isn't it? It is truly a bop. I'm just selling all, just a ton of Ninjago stuff. Okay, this, I think this is really interesting. Turns you into a whirlwind that shields you from damage. So I'm going to keep... Actually, I think I might keep all of these. I don't know. This is the only one, because as much as I love the nunchucks of lightning, as much as they were, like, my thing back in the game, 8 damage isn't that much. Like, most of the time. I don't know. Maybe on Ninjago enemies this would be nice, but like, calling down bolts of lightning to strike a single enemy, I don't think that's worth it. So, gonna get rid of those as well. So not worth it. Ah, yes. Very helpful med packs. Return to Sensei Wu. Yes, I am competent person. I am do task. I am wear Ninjago gear. I need to learn how that melody actually goes. I'm sure that's what you guys think most of the time when I start whistling to something. I mean, you wouldn't be wrong. Okay, let's quickly going over here to pick up the daily mission and to smash that. Just that one in particular. I just done something against it. Assuming that won't let me. Yeah. Those are apparently meant to deal damage and don't at the moment. I don't know what the condition is on them dealing damage. I don't know what kind of hitbox they have, but anyway. So yeah, I feel like I really should Ninjago up for this fight. But I also kind of like not being Ninjago because it's funny. But I do actually want to... I think that just bugged out. And I lost the box. Nice. Do want to do... I think I want to gear up in my gear of choice. I'm going to do the rather cursed combination of almost entirely fire, but not quite. I'm fairly certain this isn't the intended way up. I don't remember what the intended way up is, but it works. It works, and it's not like that clever of an unintended strategy. Like, as unintended strategies go, it's kind of like, ah yes, there is this thing you can jump on with physics. It's kind of like that hardly counts as unintended. Okay, where do we go? This way. But yeah, I'm now just too used to the Batlord helm. I can't go back. Storage room is your favourite room of the map. Honestly, I should spend more time there because it is... I don't know, it is just kind of... It does seem weird, but it is just kind of a cool place. So no, I get you. I get you entirely, MM12. Ah yes, ranged weapons. How I love thee. Alright, I guess some enemies do have ranged attacks by now. It's cozy, but it also, like, has character. And it has, I mean, for me, one thing I love about it is physics volumes everywhere. Well, not physics volumes, but it just has physics, which is always lovely. I wonder if it's possible to get over here. I wouldn't want to try. You know, like, you could definitely spring jump from there to here. Ooh, that's interesting. Do you think you need to have completed the mission to interact with the fractal battle? Or do you think the game just assumes no one could ever possibly get up here? Because it seems like a reasonable assumption to assume no one could ever get up there. But I mean, I definitely could. Oh, and this... Thinking about this, say, okay, no. It doesn't spawn in, presumably. Okay. Hello, you're dealing damage. Let's... That's not bad, honestly. I'm getting some lag. Just making this a little bit harder, but... Just, I don't think that holds me still when I use it, which is pretty powerful. Let's just test this again. Let's be running. Oh, it does. Okay, I take back everything positive I said about it. Shame, because otherwise that would be a really, really lovely thing to use in survival. Bonk. Go to skeleton jail. When's the closed beta coming? Haha. 10 out of 10, good meme. I think that does more damage than is intended. Because that's like one-shotting things. I mean, not that I'm complaining. But that seems too powerful. Damage-wise. That seems like it's a bug too powerful rather than the normal kind of too powerful we like. Okay, well, let's actually... Oh, I was gonna test it, use and compare it against the. I'm also being. These guys have got significantly better accuracy. I'm being hit a lot more. At that time, it did no damage. I guess you win some, you lose some. So what I'm wondering is if the damage accidentally stacks when there are multiple things there, and like applies the damage multiple times. Yeah, I think that is. I agree with you actually on the boss battle thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like a huge fan of boss battles with clearly defined stages or anything like that, but I was just thinking that as I came in here that this is kind of one of the only boss battles in the game that, like, I don't know. I mean, it's not even necessarily fast-paced. Like, having to walk over and build something like that, that's kind of a little bit, yeah. I love that animation there. Yeah, hit me. Go on. Do it. You won't. You did. I mean, I should have seen it coming, really. Yes, please hold me still. Okay. Okay, come on. Let's go in here. Power drain. I'd say that was worth it. It's not worth it if I remain stunned. No. Run away. I failed at words. Well. Rip me. Just failed a pretty easy game. Can we remove some points from me for that? Do I gain? I do gain extra health. I did make health back on that attack there. I do like how I can't just run away and snipe. That's kind of good. Big fan of that. I'm also not a big fan of, again, dying. I should pay more attention to my health. Because as it is, I'm literally just trying to out DPS them rather than actually paying any attention to health. So let's not do that. Let's be a little bit more careful. But that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Having something where I can't just out DPS them, because most of the time that's what LU fighting is. And also that I can't just, like, infinitely dodge. Because, like, most LU enemies, yeah. Most LU enemies I can pretty much just dodge infinitely. These ones I can't, okay. Let's... Wow, that feels like a waste. Yes. Just gonna play it a little bit safe, attack from a bit further back. Just stay out of range. I won't stay out of range of all their attacks, inevitably, but I can stay out of range of quite a few of them. There we are. Okay, that's playing that a little better. Yes, I did just use that. Yes, I know how useless it was in terms of damage. Like a single attack from these shurikens deals more damage. I need to heal up. No, I don't. So you don't. Oh, okay. There's poison going on. Also, nice music. But yeah, okay, so there's... So, A, that doesn't spawn in until afterwards, so even if I... Well, this would be a harder thing to spring jump. It would be doable, but it would be much harder to. But even if I could, it wouldn't be worth it, because nothing would have spawned in. And there we are. I'm the hero of Ninjago. Wow. Pulls the enemy to... Okay. Yeah. Does less damage in a single... doesn't do as much damage in a single hit, and relies on damage over time. That's why I didn't use those swords as much as a kid. I probably won't keep them now. I maybe should have gone with the nunchucks of lightning over them, but anyway, didn't think that through in advance. Boing. Oh, and again, my instinct to always press 2 at all times. Yeah, so that's kind of my conclusion, I think, from this area of the game. It's kind of like, yeah, you can... Oh, ouch. This is not where I want to be going. I need to actually health. I'm going to die. Didn't have any health stuff to hand. Well, I'm sure I did, but I did not see it, did not think of it in time. I really should just use some of my... Oh, I think this is fixed yet. No. Oh, yes it is. I take back snide Starkey comment. Oh, and it... Wait, does that keep healing you? Was that just lag, or I wonder if that was actually meant to keep healing me, even once I started moving. Because if that keeps healing you when you're moving, that's really powerful. That'll be a really nice item. If that's like the... is it? I'm trying to remember what it is, but it's the restores 12 imagination over time drinking item. This jump isn't doable unless this is physics, which it doesn't. Yes, I'm slowly building up an understanding of which jumps are and are not doable now. LU. I just couldn't be able to pronounce it there. It was quite very interesting. 0 enunciation. So I'm trying to remember what was the intended way up. Was it just over here? Yeah, okay, so it was. Because I've gone up there, I think, every single time so far. I mean, not that I'm sure that wasn't an intended route, but I was wondering which the primary intended route was. Okay, I'm not going to click that again by accident, because that went badly last time. And there we are. Free stuff. I like free stuff. And there we are. That is... that's the Ninjago area. I mean, okay, it's not everything in the Ninjago area. And I will go around to do a bit of exploring now. But that was the main stuff. So, we've got Cole's climbing flags. Let's... Well, actually... Okay, let's go around and pick up missions from as many people. Let's have them. As many people who have them as possible. Actually, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go from place to place in the attics, because that gives me a chance to look for the climbing flags, and also because I know there's at least Cringe-Low in one attic. And all my homies love Cringe-Low. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why did I have no memory of this? Summons a ninja dog that assists you in battle. Oh my god, this is... Love this game. Brilliant. Get 10 rocklet bars. Wait, you're... I seem to remember these were relatively expensive to make from Johnny and Marmy. Don't remember. Oh, and I was also going to check up in the lofters. I don't think there's anything... Well, I guess I can go around and start looking at 100%ing everything up here and getting all of the heart flags. Et cetera. Had I timed that slightly differently, I probably could have made a cool jump across, but... Taunting me. I love how, for some... Oh, I didn't plan this out. I love how for some reason, all of, like, everywhere there's an ice shrine that's frozen over. It's not like with the earth shrines, they're, like, covered in earth. But all the Ninjago, not Ninjago, all the ice shrines are frozen. Again, doable with spring shoes, probably not the strat I should be going for. Okay, that's bad. Okay, how am I going to get across here? Because apparently these are meant to be doable. Okay, that is definitely doable. Well, I more or less did interact with that there. Like, I saw the thing come up. Okay, go. I haven't hit 2 yet. This is... Nah. Not even going to go for it. No, I'm not going to make it. Ooh, that was a weird interaction. Anyone want to interact with me ever? Yeah, gotta get in there for that heart flag there. I've spent some time looking at, like, very, very, very tricksy ways around that, but nothing that seems reasonably plausible yet. I wonder when the despawn timer starts for that. Oh, I hit 200 subs on this. Nice. Okay, go. Build. No, I beg to differ. Read the chats. Are there more chats that are coming up that I can't see? Because I can only see your chat 10 and 12. Okay, so this doesn't begin to despawn. Oh! Does have physics when it's not completely built. Don't quite have enough height, but I'm fairly confident I could make it up there. Read the chat. I'm confused as to which chat you're referring. Do you mean your chat? I think I have. Almost wonder if I could speed boost along this edge here. Speed boost along that edge. That jumps too far around. I wouldn't make that. Feels kind of... Sorry, I didn't read your chat earlier. That was just the hot dog emoji. That is true. Oh, these platforms. Yes. Sorry, I thought you were commenting... I thought I was very confused earlier when you mentioned that. Yes, those are meant to do that. In Uchu, they are all dropped by default. I wonder if you can make that jump. Doesn't feel like it. How... So I think, I'm just going to double check that I am remembering this correctly. Because if it's not meant to be possible to do this, then I shouldn't waste a ton of time trying to manage it. So there was some message on the Discord about this. I don't remember precisely what it was. Okay, let's see. Was it Neil's initial message in bug reports? Don't remember. Scroll up. Some buttons in the Elemental Dojo Attics do not do anything. This is intended that the puzzles are still solvable without them. Maybe that means you do just need friends for them. Rip me. They fall without you touching them. How does that work? It seems to be just... I don't know if you're jokingly querying the physics behind it. It seems to... Or if you're just wondering. It seems to just be a certain height above them they go. So I'm not... I wonder what happens when an Earth Shrine despawns right as you go over it. I'm trying to build this. Come on. I was there. I was there and I was hitting shift that time, actually. So I'm not convinced this is actually doable. Yeah, I'm consistently getting there while shifted is up, and I am hitting shift. There is one issue with that, which is hitting shift does temporarily slow you down, which is why I don't start spamming shift sooner. I didn't know that for years. That was slow, but I made it. Don't know how. I was more or less about to give up. But, you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, I'm going to quickly get back whilst that's still here, just in case there's anything I did miss around here. Nothing hiding underneath. Is this standable? Yes, it is. Good to know. Okay, so that is this one cleared then, with a little bit of tight timing. Okay, I need to pick up some rock fruit. Need to pick up some of that for the Johnny and Marmy recipe, but I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to know what else there is in the recipe. I'm just going to, as I go past, try and pick some up, but I'm not going to grind it just yet because I need to know what else is in the recipe before I start trying to do that. No, I want to cook. Okay, rocklet bar. Yes, I want to know what's in it. Hot chocolate, rock fruit. I need 7 of these, so I'm going to need 14 rock fruit. And 7 hot chocolate. That hot chocolate is only obtainable in Gnarled Forest. Which is a bit of a rip. Cringe low, aka Ninja needs your help. I am deeply hurt, I guess. Ah yes, 10 out of 10, good use of imagination. In fairness, I made the imagination back. I just noticed that, yeah, that the windows are light. Okay, the windows are lighting up from... I was about to complain the windows were lighting up from both sides as though it's stormy. I'm like, but the sun would only be coming in through one side. But no, that's not how thunderstorms work, or rather, that's not sun. Okay, let's just see where this takes me. Huh? Wait a second, did these... No, surely not. If these do, that is too easy a thing to abuse. No, okay, they definitely don't. Okay, so I just need to time it off when that gets there. So that I land on it. Wow, that was bad. Okay, it doesn't move as fast as I thought. I should make it. There we are. I like these areas. Oh wow, that was really bad. CM12. Nice of you to stop by. Yeah, I do really enjoy these areas. There's the... It's just, yeah, the... Having an area that... Wow, that was genuinely awful. Having an area that really focuses on movement, I'm a huge fan of. I enjoy the ice area because it focuses more on movement with speed, because the ice area you will fall off if you're not moving quickly enough. Or you need to be moving at all times for the ice area at any rate. Well, and I'm bad, but hopefully not so bad that I... Okay, there we are. Okay, so that gets me back from wherever it is I'm going. Oh, there's Cringelow. Apparently not ready for that mission yet. I nearly didn't make that somehow. Trying to interact with that. There we are. That was a waste of time. Waste of time, but again, I love the... I love the fact that all the ice lanterns... Oh, hello. Randomly... All the ice... Yeah, lanterns... randomly just have ice covering them. It's like... Just those. None of the others have like an elemental themed thing covering them everywhere they go. But... Zane's do. I bet it's because he's a robot. Oh, whoops. Spoilers. Don't worry, it's not canon, I accept. Where can I go from here? Can I get... Oh, I can just interact to go back, okay. So I say, I felt like they normally don't make you jump down after you've done it. Okay, so... What else is there to pick up? I think I've fully explored this then. Went over there, I think. Did I go over there? Pretty certain I did. Can't see anything over... Yeah, okay. So that's this area done. Now we can keep going. Ice up next, then fire. Got to go through in the classic order. I love the mini-map. Just saying. Top 10 features of all time in LU. I'm not going to make that jump. I've tried that repeatedly and you don't make it. I think that's Brick Girl going to scare Cole, maybe? Interesting, allegedly we have 2 of Brick Girl's accounts online right now. It's a fairly regular... Oh, wait a second, is this... This is one of those places. Where you're accelerating. I thought I noticed something like that earlier, and I didn't comment on it. But yeah, it's one of these places where your acceleration is... Where like the friction on the ground is infinite, more or less. You've got the rubber ground. I don't know if that's just this room. I haven't noticed it in any of the other rooms. Did I fully explore this? I probably didn't, I feel like. Okay, so there's going to be something to me. Oh no, this I can't make. Because I've got to go around and build this one as well. Wait, that... I did get there in time. Or did I just not finish building it? What went wrong there? Something went wrong. I don't know what. Okay, first off, let's... Wow, I am bad. There is genuine incredulity in my voice at how I could be that bad. Wait, I could have sworn it dropped from that one earlier, did it not? No, it didn't. It dropped from this one. I am bad. Okay, how long does this stay for? There's no point actually testing that. It's the only thing there's point testing is whether or not I can build the other one in time. Okay, that's still up, so I am definitely making that in time. Seems like there's some other reason I can't get there, maybe? Don't know what it would be. Okay. I find it interesting how the platforms in Ninjago have the same... The quick buildable platforms in Ninjago have the same style of architecture you find in Avant Gardens. But does that make canonical sense? Did I learn my building? Was that something I innately knew how to do, or did I learn that from the Nexus Force whilst I was in Avant Gardens? I feel like... Okay, that wasn't quite what I intended to do, but I mean, it worked. I feel like there's a faster way of doing that. I feel like if I just skimmed, I didn't know where I was going, and just jumped off into midair there. I'm guessing I need to do the Maelstrom Dagger to the Paradox mission first, before I get the Cringe Low mission. I've got the Furious Urufu mission. This is bugging me, though, why I can't... Because, like, it's definitely not a question of time. Like, I'm easily building both of them on time. Do I need to build them in a particular order? Because I do seem to have time on the quick builds. Oh, did that? That felt like that did it from further away than I would have expected. Okay, that one I don't have time on. The other one I do. Am I certain that... It's the only one it can be, right? But given they... I guess I'm going to try this again then. But just try and be a little bit faster. Okay, you just have to build them in a particular order. Seems a little bit weird. That might be a bug, but whatever it is, we got that flag. One step closer. I've got speed boosts. Don't need that. Don't need your platform. I've got speed boosts and a small but not entirely negligible amount of skill. That is mostly negligible, but not entirely. I also need more bamboo, actually, don't I? Gonna need a fair amount of that for the rocklet bars. And I guess that's going to force me to leave Ninjago anyway. So whilst I'm there, I might as well... Might as well get the gnarled forest. Gnarled forest thing. Okay, I need to smash skeleton troopers. You're not a skeleton trooper. You are a skeleton trooper. Let's smash you. Wow, they are low on health. It's almost impressive how little of a challenge that was. That was 3 hits. And I know these are good weapons, but still. Like, the fact that it's ranged didn't even make much difference, because, like, I'd still have done all that damage before he managed to hit me anyway. Because you can normally get, like, 3 hits off in that time period. And it's normally quite reasonable. What's the next one? Wow, okay. I love how salty I get about the tiniest of things not going in the right direction now. I'm not going to pick that up, because I fear if I pick it up I won't be able to get rid of it. Okay, maybe that was just that skeleton troopers spawned in when I thought that the hood was dealing way too much damage. Maybe it was literally just skeleton troopers and I couldn't handle that. Okay, wait, no. So I don't think Furious gives you another mission, so I'm going to Gnarled Forest it up first. I feel like I should be checking what other requirements Johnny and Marmy had for this, because otherwise I'm going to go to Gnarled Forest. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let's pick up this daily whilst we're at it. What was the actual reward? Okay. It's a cotton. Nice. I didn't pay much attention to that always, but yes, of course. It's not armor repair anymore, is it? That. I wish there was one that just got you in. That would be nice. Wow, that really should have. Well, I'm not going to complain in that particular. Okay, I might complain in this one. But, okay, can you please? Yes, thank you. I could click. I could click and I could stop complaining. That would be a good decision. Just in general in life. Okay, so let's double check what I needed for this. So I needed multiple things. I didn't have most of them. Okay, bamboo, onyx gems. Do I have enough of those? I'm currently... No, I need to farm some of those. Hot chocolate, bamboo. Okay, that's... So that is the only thing I need. Oh, let's take the shortcut. Can I get onyx from these? Yes, I can. 10 out of 10 good farming spots. Sudden lag. I nearly went with curse you sudden but inevitable betrayal. Yeah, there we are. That is the main quest chain of Ninjago. Pretty cool. Not something that was really expected. Like, we didn't expect this, yeah, anytime soon. But again, yeah, just coming back to just how much progress has been made. It really is quite astounding. Okay, I think I need 7 hot chocolates, but just to be safe, I should get more, because I don't want to be doing this trip twice. My hand just out there waiting for something. Oh, hey! Yeah, the offhand item spawned in. I mean, it's probably did spawn in when I went to another place and back, and I just didn't notice it. Why am I going on first? Yeah. It's actually going the right direction. Love the music. Don't hugely like being stuck here. This is a new one, when I've not even intentionally done something to bug it out. I don't know if the game... yeah, okay. I didn't know if the game thought I was doing something, and so wasn't letting me move, which it turned out was the case. Always good to see. Oh, and we're back with no offhand item. Bit of a rip. I wonder what's going on with that. Because it's not a proxy item thing. That's what I thought it was. But I can equip other offhand items like this. And it still equips down there, but it doesn't. Okay, let's... I actually kind of like these. I'm very, very surprised to be saying that, but I like ranged weapons now, you. I did realise, correction to what I said earlier, I guess there is one ranged weapon per faction class. Per faction, rather. There's one ranged class per faction, so... Why have I not sold these? I thought I had. Here's more my confusion. Where's my... I'm almost 100% certain I have, like, a good shield somewhere. Or some offhand item that does more than those. Sure, I had a shield. There we are. Let's... I think both the game and myself have lost track as to whether or not I'm actually holding that item. Let's remove it, and then re-equip. I also don't know at the moment where the pirate hat to spawn you in, to spawn you in at the pirate covers, because I would have thrown it out on this character ages ago, because at the time it wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth the inventory space it took up. Hope everyone enjoyed that miniature pointless speed strat. Wow, that just does a lot of damage. That's quite impressive. I feel almost bad doing this. It's just like a few hits. Wow. And that is thanks to Musical Marble Machine or Zeop for that one. For that weapon. I should probably send it back to him because he sold it to me when he couldn't use it. And now he probably can. Okay, what was I here for? It's here for hot chocolate, which I'm fairly certain you get from here. Wait a second. Also, no, okay. Cooley's real. All my homies love Cooley's real. Tell I'm not very good at singing. Doesn't stop me, but still not very good at it. Let's look for a 2. Okay, all of these are 2 armor. That's 3. They do, Raymond, they do indeed. The Ninjago hood, I guess I can demonstrate in a second if I remember to put one on. That would take me to the Great Tree, so I possibly shouldn't use that hood item, but yes, they do. And that'll take you to the correct place, and I believe almost all of the... I think there was a changelog thing that said all, and then I think that wasn't uploaded to... That wasn't actually pushed to the server until a little while after, so I have a memory of it saying all rockets back to the correct places have been fixed. I remember it saying that and still having some issues with some of them, but I think everything you would want to be working is now currently working. Yes. I'm pretty certain. I'm fairly certain the Forbidden Valley one does. I know the Ninjago one does. I'm fairly certain the Forbidden Valley one does, and yeah, at the time when I was doing that quest chain on this character, there was no point. There was no point keeping that hat because it didn't work. So, I would need to get that back from Honor Accolade, I guess. So the issue is I'm going to be getting rid of all my ones because I've completed this mission. But, well, I guess I've got my priorities. My priority is getting an Earth Dragon pet, whatever it was. I don't remember. But whatever the thing I don't remember was, that's my priority. None of these are glowing now. One of them was definitely... Is it a thing where when you have a full set equipped? Because I know it does something. I know there was a period where one of those was glowing. Where the lightning one was glowing regularly, and I don't know what was making it glow. I also like that actually, even in my somewhat geared up state, it is worth it. I can actually wear this as well. Against skeletons, this would actually be worth it. But yeah, so you can make Ninjago stuff kind of work, I guess. Doesn't really work naturally, necessarily, but even with the weird way that Ninjago gear works, you can still... Some of it is good enough. Is there anything that hasn't been implemented yet? Lots of things haven't been implemented fully. So the pet dig by the Ninjago rocket launch predator to find a treasure. Okay, let's do that quickly. Let's also double check what I needed for Johnny Umami. Umani. Oh no, it is Umami. Yeah, I just need a ton of rock fruit. Brilliant. I'll do that quickly then. Well, that wasn't what I meant. I really, really, like, with a passion, hate not having the Batlord helmet equipped. I sold those shoulder pads earlier. I shouldn't have done. Because shoulder pads plus Batlord would actually have been a pretty good combo, I think. Just see, I need 7 of these. Glad I didn't sell the Rocklet bars. I very nearly did, which is ironic given I hoarded literally everything else I got from Johnny Umami and haven't used it once, because honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed because I remember in live never using it, and I was quite excited when I saw the rock fruit and I saw that stuff and I was like, oh, this is some really cool stuff. I bet it's like really helpful, really, really powerful. Or no, not that per se. Sorry, I bet like I bet if you collect enough of it, because it's a little bit of effort to collect, and I bet if you collect enough of it, it's really, really worthwhile. I need more rock fruit. I don't know where I'm going. And it was like, yeah, okay, I can collect a lot of it, but is it that worthwhile? Not really, because it costs like 2,000 to make a single bar. Like, those aren't... There are no, like, real bosses in LU that you'd kind of really gear up for. Because there's no point in LU where it's like, ah, yes, you must complete this boss to progress, really. Okay, there's Fracture, but, I mean, you saw me do that earlier. It's not too difficult. Okay, yes, I did die multiple times, but, like, it's not a particularly hard boss. It's not something that, like, you would need to really gear up for, and so I bet Johnny Umami was barely used in live. I know I didn't use him in live, and I was kind of looking at it like, oh, maybe, like, in live I didn't use any consumables. It's like, maybe it'll be worthwhile now that I will use stuff, and it's like, no, it still just really isn't. Anyway, to get back to Raymond's question as to stuff not being implemented. Yeah, it basically almost everything is. If I had to think about things that aren't implemented, first thing that springs to mind is Avant-Garde. Well, okay, no. First thing that springs to mind is Shooting Gallery. But, like, that's an obvious thing, and I suspect that will be worked on reasonably soon, because that's, like, the most obvious thing that isn't working at the moment. Next, if you're talking in, like, terms of the first thing you will come across that isn't implemented, there is the bug spray in the spider caves and Avant Gardens. They're not properly implemented. And there are lots of things at the moment that are implemented but are buggy. And so, like, in terms of content... Oh, yeah, there's also the Lego Club. That's not implemented yet, but that's not because they don't have all this stuff to have it implemented, because there's basically... You need, like, physics volumes and missions for Lego Club to work from memory. Proxy items, I guess, if you want to have Max's jumpsuit thingy. But yeah. Question from Typo, are property behaviors working yet? Whether or not they're working, I'd assume they're not if I had to guess, but whether or not they are is kind of a moot point, because yeah, as Raymond says, no property behaviors, unfortunately. DLU has been asked by LEGO not to re-implement property behaviors for the sake of, basically for the sake of moderation, and there's other stuff that properties and the way properties work will be changed in live, just to prevent the same kind of moderation issues and risks to LEGO's brand that got LU shut down in the first place. So yeah, and unfortunately, I'm sure the team could have implemented property behaviors by now, but they're not focused. And I guess that brings me on to another thing that's not implemented. Brick building at the moment still is not a thing. So I'd say, honestly, but yeah, I mean, there are things that are not implemented, but they're not. It's not like it feels like an incomplete game. Like, it really. It will be lovely when property behaviours are implemented, because not property behaviours, definitely not those. It'll be lovely when brick building is implemented, because brick building, then there'll be the opportunity for people to design like really, really cool, really clever stuff. I'm hoping. I did discuss a little while ago some stuff to do with properties with LCDR, like kind of planning out features that could be added to properties, kind of in lieu of behaviours. So things that would give you some degree of interactivity in your properties, but nothing like behaviours, where they make moderation impossible. So stuff like, say, bricks of a particular colour, or maybe even not a particular colour, that will damage you or hurt you in some way. Or like smash a character or something. Like, those wouldn't present any difficulties for moderation. Question: what did people do? Question from Typo: what do people do in live to get behaviours banned now? Well, one of the most often cited reasons for LU closing was the fact that people were building inappropriate stuff on properties. Now, that alone isn't the reason LU closed, but the reason LU closed was related to money, and was related to it not making enough money. Apparently it hadn't yet turned a profit, and people were doing spring cleaning at LEGO, more or less, and this is according to an interview with Megan Fox, who's one of the developers on the game, and got it shut down. Now, the reason why property behaviours are brought up is because one of the major costs in LU was moderation. And properties were one of the hardest things to moderate in LU. But they were like, no, this is like a Lego property, this is a building game, we're gonna... Huh. So there are two different sets. I mean, this is actually pretty good in terms of stats. Why would I want these? I guess they're cheaper, but I can afford this. Oh, I know what else I was planning on. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Got some good armor. Oh. And that's why I had something that did more. These are Jay's first G pants. They actually have more armor. But I don't think I want anything but that. Anyway, let's get rid of this. Get rid of some of the stuff I know I won't use. What armor did that have? That had 4, so I can get rid of that G. But yeah, so basically the issue is that property behaviours make things significantly harder to moderate. So as a general rule, I'd go... So adding a simple smashable behaviour, that every smashable you add, you basically more or less need to consider, for every behaviour of that gets added, you need to like moderate an extra, double the properties. Because you can have one thing that a player smashes and it completely changes what something looks like, especially if it's a model. And so that's that's just like the smashable behaviour. There are other behaviours that are potentially worse, like anything where you can move something for a certain amount of time. Like, you could completely reconfigure your property and more or less draw whatever you like in your property, and obviously there are things Lego's concerned about that. That's expensive. That just cost me 10,000 coins to tame this stupid pet. Definitely not worth it. Like, that's not even a question. And yet I'm still doing it. Don't look into my critique too much. In fairness, this character's a strange character because of how it's been built up. Like this character, I got its level 30 when that was still very difficult because stuff hadn't been implemented, or when that was not necessarily very difficult, but just a huge grind. But what that means is that, yeah, for this character, some of the stuff I'm doing now has been a little bit easier. Oh, wow. Okay, 37, I need that. This is kind of a tough thing. Like, those I don't necessarily need for this. Okay, I'm going to need you 3. This is actually, no, I'm not reading chat right now. This is harder than it should be. I don't need that. There we go. I think that's it. You just want behaviors back? Honestly, I would love them back too. Because it would... I love the creativity that it opens up. But what I'm really hoping for is that we can get some things that are kind of like behaviors. So, for instance, a brick that... A purple brick that, when someone touches it, spawns an enemy. That's not a problem, really, from a moderation issue, from a moderation perspective. Because something like that, it's a brick of a particular colour, it will be visible, or like, yeah, even something simple like that, where something maybe spawns an enemy. Like, as long, like, that's something that it's not like quite turning something on and off. Like, if you imagine just having like an array of 1x1 studs on the floor, you can smash them individually, you can draw whatever you like using that. This wouldn't be like that. Yes, you could stand on whichever bricks you wanted to and spawn stuff in, but if they were already separate colours, it's kind of, you could have, like, that would have been seen by the moderation team anyway. And if you're going to try, like, moving enemies around, like with the AI in particular to spell something out, then, I mean, that's a risk anyway. So, like, it doesn't feel like there's that much of a problem with that. So, yeah, there are potentially workarounds to be had. And personally, yeah, when DLU goes open source, I'm going to look into, if stuff like that hasn't been added, I'm going to look into, like, safe ways of doing stuff, of, like, trying to make more interesting things, like properties, like behaviours, but without having all the risks associated with behaviours. Will DLU have its own volunteer moderation team? Yes and no. When you say volunteer moderation team, it's not... it's unlikely to be a case of, applications. It's the idea, more or less, is that, so yeah, as a moderation team, we aren't able to match the man hours that they would have managed in live. And the issue is you can't just say, okay, we're going to take moderators from the community, because the devs have spent years of their life working on this. They need to not just be pretty sure, but they need to be more or less certain that no one's going to do something stupid that will get the game shut down. Because obviously, if that happens, this has been more or less years of work wasted. And so, yes, DLU will have a moderation team, and, well, yeah, we do at the moment. Hello. But, yeah, it's not... The burden isn't... The plan is to do everything we can to make the burden as low as possible. So what it's most likely to be is primarily, like, people naming stuff. That's, like, the main thing we have to do at the moment, and the things that are planned for properties, hopefully it won't be much more than that. The idea basically is that, yeah, trying to moderate stuff like it was moderated in live is impossible for us. So we're going to try and do other things, and now I'm soft locked, aren't I? Forgot about this. Okay, I'm not entirely soft locked. Well, I wasn't soft locked at all, I just didn't smash myself. I've definitely broken the game more in the past. Still rip that one hardcore LU character. That is permanent. I mean, that's not a fundamental soft lock. That's a soft lock because I can't work out a way of getting it out of the bin valley. But yeah, DLU. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to. There are lots of kind of unknown things that, like, we as a team don't have plans for yet, or don't really know how it's going to go. Kind of a case of, to some extent, playing it by ear and just doing everything we can so that LEGO won't hate us. I should be clear, I've got nowhere near as much to lose as the devs. I've got this guy. If like I'm saying this, but it's not like I'm complaining that, oh, I would lose so much, because like I'd lose a game I play, and honestly I don't feel like I've lost the amount, a large part of the amount of time I've put into LU stuff over the years, because like I've gotten stuff out of that. But for the devs, like, they have spent years of their life on this project. If it was shut down, that would be awful for them. So they're obviously gonna do everything they possibly can to prevent themselves getting shut down. We'll see what happens when DLU goes open source. That's when things are potentially going to get weird. Don't know what will happen then. Because, yes, for those who don't know, DLU do plan to go open source after release. I mentioned DLU wanting to go open source. How does that work with moderation? The short answer is that really there is a risk. There is a risk at the moment that anyone can build, like, this is a standard thing. Anyone can build anything with Lego bricks. This is something Lego has to accept, that people may put online pictures of people building bad stuff with their bricks. That's something that will happen because they're a building brick company and they can't prevent people doing stuff like that. And so, to some extent, with private servers, the risk is more or less the same that a kid kind of, or at least in theory, with a private server, the risk is more or less the same of a kid inviting another kid around to their house and building something bad out of bricks. It's like, Lego can't and won't police that. However, and like, that is a risk already. You can mod the client, like, you can find the Lego Universe client, like, you can get your hands on Lego Universe client really easily. You can mod it, you can get a You can get a server like Uchu up and running, and do whatever the heck you want on there. And then screenshot that, make YouTube videos of it. You could do, if you wanted, really awful stuff with it. But it's kind of like, that would be you doing that on a personal server. Maybe at the most showing it to a friend. The issue for LEGO is having a somewhat official server, in inverted commas, that has problems like that. And that's what they're really concerned about. I think the point is they don't really care if one individual chooses to do something stupid with it, because it's like, well, that doesn't hugely affect them as a brand. It's if they're seen. Why do I have? I've not sold that. It's if they're kind of seen to be lending support and allowing to exist a server of like their game, which has bad content on it. That's when it's kind of like, yeah. Oh, and for anyone watching right now who's interested, well, we can play a game of Spot the Difference. You'll have to, the difference you'll spot needs to be from memory, as to what was originally, here. But yes, that's something I've changed. Just want to gloat a little bit that who was the one who suggested. Well, I was going to say I was the one who suggested Chameleon. The any on the end was not me, and someone had suggested Chameleon directly before that. So, do I really get to take credit for it? Doesn't matter whether or not I get to. I'm still going to try and do so. So, doesn't make much difference to me. Wasn't quite spelled correctly, but I think it was EI. But yes, yeah. Rip Kamikaze, it is now Chameleon. Simply interact with that device over there. That device that isn't built yet. Build that device over there, then interact with it. Okay. I'm not doing animations now, it would seem. There we are, so we've got the... Oh. It seems not to have been purified. Yeah, it is still doing damage. Nice. That's good. Amazing, the dagger is completely free of corruption as I stand here and get damaged by it. Instructions to construct your own. That actually... I wonder if that might be useful for some, like, cutscene skips. If you could smash yourself in the middle of a cutscene. Because I think that breaks you out of them. Potentially, that could be relatively powerful. Because I don't think if you bring up the smash yourself dialogue and enter a cutscene, that you can get out of it. Wait, let's just... Yeah, if I do that, that disappears. Whereas, if I do get smashed whilst using it, I think that breaks me out of the cutscene. So, you know, potential small speedrunning strat. Does Fractal work? You haven't tried it yet? It does indeed. I went and did that boss battle earlier. Was good fun. It was good fun. It's a rare actual like multi-component boss battle in LU. With multiple things to go on. It was actually good fun. I didn't realise I was getting Maelstrom poisoning throughout most of it, and so died repeatedly to that. But yeah, it was good fun. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something with no idea what that thing might be. What I should do is go and re-equip this. Then I might as well go the full Ninjago. Go the full Ninjago, but have this slight clash of the shurikens. Everything else? Do property vaults work yet? Yes, they do, which is quite nice. They're working, to my knowledge, on both DLU and Uchu, as well. Uchu also has property vaults working. And we're just going to wait. This has only started today. This has been an issue. I mean, we get to admire my very, very fancy rocket, which is always lovely. So I mean, I'm not complaining, but it is something I have noticed. And I keep automatically... It's now become ingrained in me just to hit 2 for a speed boost. The Batlord helmet is addictive. It is a gateway drug to getting places fast. Quicksicles are really just the gateway drug to the Batlord helmet. About sums things up. Oh, well, I'll just go. Actually, this might be a really good idea. We'll see. Because there's a non-zero chance the pirate cap will be in here. And if it is in here, I will be a very happy ninja. Been opening too many of these when I've gotten them. I even opened a 100 faction token one earlier without thinking. And no, there's a hat that looks somewhat like that. You know, it appears I can sell this. Actually, I don't need that anymore. It appears that I did not save it. Oh, I do have the white top hat though. Actually, speaking of things I can get rid of now. Definitely get rid of the No Ninjas shirts. Don't even know why I had that. It's blasphemy. That I probably don't need, won't use. The Maelstrom shirt looks cool. Vaults are not infinite, but they're pretty large. Most of the time, the lack of infinite vault space won't really be a problem. Also, am I only missing the... Wait, no, I've got the full Batlord set? When did this happen? What? I do not remember this. Yes, I definitely want to link it to me. How much damage is that? 334. Not the most powerful item I have, but certainly not the worst. Batlord helm, Batlord pants, Batlord shirt. Do I have... Where did I put that? I mean, obviously didn't put it anywhere in particular. I can get rid of that polo shirt, though. Where did the Batlord shirt go? I swear I... there we are. There we are, full Batlord gear. And, oh, wait, no, that's not full Batlord gear. What am I talking about? I need a shield. Well, I bet the shield's like... It will be a Crux Prime achievement. I bet it's like a really hard Crux Prime achievement to get that. It's going to be like the Smash 80 Dragons one. Great, I'm going to skim through these. I'm just going to assume I haven't done it and deleted it, because I don't think even I would have done that. Shield is a drop. Certain? Okay. I will take your word for it and I guess get back on that grind then. I'm interested in seeing what else there is here. Crown 20 faction tokens. Interesting. Okay, so lots of... So the way of getting the... Yeah, I really want to get to the Spark Thrower at some point. Obviously, that is a very, very long way off, but I would like it sometime. Because it seems like a very, very cool weapon. Okay, don't need that. Okay. Yeah, there's... So yeah, you must be right, then. Well, when you say longer than expected... I don't... There weren't really many expectations going into these, honestly. Just because, like, it's kind of somewhat new territory. First, I mean, certainly for the devs, but also, like, not too many restoration projects in general have, like, had talks with the games they're restoring. Lots of times, I think in the hope that the games just won't notice them. Which obviously has been met with varying degrees of success. But, yeah, any real particular insight on the legal talks? Not too much. I haven't heard... From what I've heard at the moment, like, I've talked to Neil about this, basically... They've more or less been asked not to share what they're discussing at the moment. I'm not certain why. I'm not certain what reason there'll be for that, but apparently that is the case. I also feel I haven't done the attic of the fire temple yet. Slowly making my way to the Onyx gem total. Might actually just grind those out in this room because I think the stuff respawns quickly. Yeah, there. And it is faster than going down to the caves. But sorry. To get back to the legal talk question, yeah, more or less. No, the thing is though, I don't know. I find it. I think the plan is that Lego are trying to kind of change their stance, or to make it very clear that they are moving with the times and accepting online things and online games as a way of interacting with the Lego brick, and that they're not going to be the sole purveyor of these. So they do have some incentive to try and... They definitely have some incentive to try and, at the very least afterwards, make the talks public. I get they don't have a huge incentive to make them public beforehand, but it's something to think about. And like the question, yeah, the things that are being asked of. Oh, there we have a MT. The things that are being asked of DLU should be made public eventually, because at the very least, just from Lego's perspective, because the aim is that, is that DLU will not be the only fan Lego project. But yeah, as for are they taking longer than it's expected, the date for when to they're the thing that's holding up DLU closed beta, and the date that, or the kind of thing we are to expect from DLU closed beta is that it will happen by the end of the year. So until they go over that time period, I'd say the talks are going more or less as well as expected. And it's not just like, it's not necessarily just legal talks, it's just like filing paperwork takes ages. Like they're filing for a not-for-profit company. Like they are going to the effort of like basically yeah, going to a lot of effort to set up a company for this. I'm just going to check. Yes, I was right. Well, I wasn't specifically right. I was right in my... Actually, I don't know if I was right at all. But yes, all of those floors do have the like rubber feeling floor. Smash skeleton commandos, smash skeleton marksman, okay, marksman and commandos. Yeah, honestly, the shock fruit is like a really cheap espresso, and so much better. Just to... Oh no, am I going mad? I hope I'm not going mad. This floor also feels stickier, and I don't know. That concerns me because I don't know they all are. Is this? I don't know if I'm placeboing myself at this stage. Oh no, I'm not. This is what most floors in LU feel like to walk on. You can see I'm significantly less jerky. That was what I was noticing, testing. And when I say it feels like rubber, that's what I mean. And yes, I know it's a bit of a stretch to say I feel it, but honestly, I've spent so much time, like, doing just movement-related stuff in LU that honestly, it's kind of... It's not a stage, obviously, where I physically feel it, but it's at the stage where, like, I do instinctively notice things and won't know what to put them down to. Hey, nice way to get multiple missions at once. The blacksmiths I need to awaken from a grave. Honestly, not the most amazing weapon in the world, but it could be worse. Or not the most amazing power-up in the world. Oh, I don't need to? Huh. Like, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but I quite like the fact that it does a good spread of damage. Have I gotten everything from the Skeleton Marksman? I thought I still had some more to... Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, so they have to set up an NFP for LEGO to be happy with them. Which is, yeah, just the reason behind... Just the reason behind that, and that's... It's just... Yeah, it's weird to be in a position where the thing that's holding back LU development is not the development side of things. Like, that's a strange new thing for not just like the developers, but just for the community in general. Like, we've not really been in a position before where, like, we're waiting on something that is completely unrelated to the development of the game. Like, it always used to be a question you used to, or a thing you used to hear people say, like, oh, the developers aren't working hard enough, they should be getting more stuff done, and people would very regularly compare it to other games, to other game restoration projects and stuff like that, and it's kind of like, actually, at this stage, this is kind of, it's quite a funny stage, because at one point in time, no one can really say that the devs aren't working hard enough. I mean, obviously, it was kind of ironic when people... It was kind of just... Not ironic, just funny and kind of incorrect. When people complained about that before. But, like, now it's just so not the case. It's just like, no. So much stuff has been implemented. Like, a ton of stuff. The devs have done, like, so much amazing work to get this far. And, again... You will hear me... Oh, also to clarify, this is all, like, personal opinion. I know, as mentioned earlier, yes, I am on the DLU team, but, like, basically everything I say here is my own opinion. I very, very rarely talk as one of the team, because, honestly, I still don't feel... Like, I don't know. Because I've, like, most of my time in this community I've spent working for one project or another in some form of moderation capacity. Yeah, so this isn't sticky. What doesn't feel as sticky? Is that right? Or is this? Maybe this was. It feels... I don't know. I'm now confusing myself. But yes, I will... So, I very much still don't... I'm very much still in a case of... I'm now... There aren't really... Okay, I guess I do moderate for each issue, but it's now like... I'm not moderating for anywhere near as many projects as I was in the past, but there's still a kind of feeling of... Yes, okay, I'm a mod for DLU, but I'm a mod for lots of things, and... So, therefore I'm still going to be unbiased. And yeah, I'm not going to simply tread a DLU line because they tell me to, and hence the stuff on these videos is my personal opinion. Smash rocks until I find a diamond. Hello, Minecraft? I also entirely forgot this quest chain existed, this whole thing. I wonder what happens if you die in the middle of one of those. I wonder where you appear, or what happens if you log out in the middle of one. You know what, let's try it. Okay, that was way too soon. That was sooner than I intended in hitting that, so that probably hasn't worked. I haven't done anything interesting. I wasn't paying anywhere near as much attention as I should have done. Yeah, that. There's also a non-zero chance this will soft lock me. No, just out of bounds me. Okay. Fair enough. I think there was a kill plane here in live. Not certain. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to get a diamond. And yeah, I might head down to the caves and might call it a night here. But thank you very much for everyone who turned up. It's been enjoyable to do this. Enjoyable to hear from everyone. Our speed strats. Okay, I guess the double jumping was maybe a bit too much for it. I don't think it's actually double jumping per se, but okay, let's. And this is why ranged weapons in LU are typically overpowered. No, okay. It was smashing rocks to get items, so that's... I don't know what weapon that is the raiders have, but I love it. Oh, there we are. First rock. That was easy. Of course, I can't see it, so I was interested in knowing how much it sold. Oh, there we are. Generally can be sold. Okay. Cannot be sold for very much, however, so probably not worth doing so. It's interesting that the diamonds are so cheap, but the quote-unquote clear gem was one of the most expensive in LU. I was not paying attention to where I was. That's a little bit better. Something I've been meaning to test is whether or not doing this makes you go any faster. Or whether or not it makes you go any slower as well. Because there are actually reasons why... There are reasons why one might think it's both. Or might think it's either. I suspect it will be slower, just because you end up taking a longer path typically. But momentum is a thing. The real idea about, like, going back... The real idea for why going back and forth might speed you up is because the amount of force you put into moving forwards, I'm fairly certain... Like, you put in... I'm fairly certain the way how you calculate it is you put in force, like, up to a certain point. Up to a certain speed. It might be that there's air friction, in which case going back and forth would definitely be slower, I think. But basically the idea is that by going back and forth like that, you're trying to utilise a little bit more of the coming up to speed force. It's where you're not quite going fast enough to be slowed down. Depending on how they've implemented the seeming air resistance you get in LU. Hey, level up. Well, this might be where I call it for a night then. Thank you all very much for watching. I've been Ninjago. I will